Chapter 29. Punctuation Marks and Capital Letters. Compare the following. John says Smith is fool. John says Smith is a fool. From these two sentences, it is clear that stops may alter the sense of a sentence. Punctuation means the right use of such stops. The principal stops are full stop, comma, semicolon, colon, question mark, exclamation mark, inverted commas, apostrophe. The full stop. The full stop or period represents the longest pause. It is used to mark the end of an assertive or imperative sentence as time is money, shut the door. After abbreviations and initials as MA, MLA, CO, MR, CI, Gupta. Note, nowadays a full stop or period is mostly omitted between initials or while writing abbreviations. The comma. The comma marks the shortest pause. It is used to mark off words in opposition as Alexander, the conqueror of the world, began to weep. To mark off the nominative of address as O King, I am thy humble servant. I tell you, madam, I have read it. To separate two or more parts of speech that come together. He lived wisely, peacefully, and honestly. Note, nowadays a comma is generally omitted before and after an absolute construction as the sun having set, they returned home. Having done his work, he went to bed. To separate each pair of words of the same class or kind as rich and poor, high and low, young and old, all must die. To separate words, phrases or clauses inserted into the body of a sentence as she did not, however, succeed in the examination. Health is, after all, the most important thing. To avoid the repetition of a verb as Shanta is a painter, Tarabai a singer. John received a watch, Jack a book. To mark off a direct quotation from the rest of the sentence as try and try again, said the teacher. He said to us, wait and watch. The semicolon. The semicolon represents a pause greater than that indicated by the comma. It is used to separate the clauses of a compound sentence if they contain commas as Caesar loved me, I weep for him. As he was fortunate, I rejoice at it. As he was valiant, I honor him. To separate a series of loosely connected clauses as reading maketh a full man, speaking a ready man, writing an exact man. The colon. The colon represents a pause still longer than that indicated by the semicolon. It is used before enumeration as Shakespeare's four great tragedies are Othello, King Lear, Hamlet, and Macbeth. To introduce a quotation, it is often followed by the dash as Bacon says, reading maketh a full man. The question mark. The question mark is used to mark direct questions. It should not be used in indirect speech. What is wrong with you? She said, who is there? But in indirect speech, I asked her what her name was. The exclamation mark. The exclamation mark is used after interjections, exclamatory phrases and exclamatory sentences as alas, bravo, ah, oh, here, here. What luck, how it rains, well done. Inverted commas. Inverted commas are used to mark the exact words of a speaker or a quotation as Shakespeare says, uneasy lies the head that wears a crown. She said, I am guilty. The apostrophe. The apostrophe is used to show possession as the girl's father, the horse's legs, the women's shoes, the girl's book, the horse's tails, the children's mother. The use of capital letters. A capital letter is used to begin a sentence as work hard, fish swim. We know the way. Who is the class monitor? To begin each fresh line of poetry as youth is full of pleasure, age is full of cares. To begin all proper nouns and adjectives formed from them as December, Saturday, Mumbai, the Germans, the Indian Army, the English language, Turkish tobacco. For all nouns and pronouns which indicate God. O God, thou art merciful. To write the pronoun I and the interjection O. I think I have an extra pen. I bow before your wisdom, O King, said the seer. I am the group captain. Now study the following example. Have you finished your lesson, George? Said Mr. Smith to his son. No, father, replied George, hanging down his head. Why not, my son? Because it is so difficult, father. I am sure I shall never learn it. You will notice that this paragraph does not make any sense. Hence, it is incorrect to write it in this manner. It should be written with appropriate punctuation marks and capital letters to make proper sense. Now study the same example, rewritten with the punctuation marks and capital letters. Have you finished your lesson, George? Said Mr. Smith to his son. No, father, replied George, hanging down his head. Why not, my son? Because it is so difficult, father. I am sure I shall never learn it.